every little once in a while. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Bring me little water now. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Sylvie, come a-running, bucket in my hand. I will bring a little water, fast as I can. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Bring me little water now. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Can't you see me coming? Can't you see me now? I will bring a little water, every little once in a while. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Bring me little water now. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Every little once in a while. Every little once in a while. Every little once in a while.
What an incredible performance by kids associated with our partner church. Welcome. Good morning. I'm Laurie Crosse, today's worship associate. Welcome to the Morristown Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Welcome especially to any newcomers, returning members, anyone who joined us online today. If you're tuning in live on YouTube or Facebook, please say hi in the chat or the comments. We're delighted to have all of you with us. We're a community of many ages, and we all worship together. You can join us in many ways on Sundays, including online, here in the sanctuary, or from one of the many rooms in this building where we live stream the service. In particular, I want to draw your attention to the family room for families with little ones. It's located out these doors to your right. The family room is especially great if you need space to talk, soothe a crying infant, or get the wiggles out. Our service is live streamed there, so you won't miss a thing. Kids of all ages are always welcome in our services, but we offer childcare as an additional option for families with small children, ages 9 months to 5 years. Parents, if you find yourself in need of childcare at any point during worship today, please bring your little one to room 201. That's 201 at the top of the stairs. Again, welcome. We're so glad you're here today. In a moment, we're going to have our chalice lighting. I just wanted to let you know that following the chalice lighting, Lilli Keating will introduce us to some Hungarian words. So now we're going to light our chalice. Our affirmation is in your order of service. Please stand as you are able. Please join me in reading our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Hungarian words. Is this on? Okay. Are there kids today? Any kids here? Well, you guys will have to be the kids. Okay. Why would anybody want to learn a few Hungarian words? Because we are friends with another Unitarian church in Europe, in Transylvania, Romania, where that is the language they speak. It's very different than English and very hard for us to learn, but let's try a few words. So, what's the first word every kid learns? No. In Hungarian, the word is nem. That's not so hard. At least it starts with an N. We should learn yes, too. That's harder. It's igen. Think of I can to remember. I can, igen. How about mama? In Hungarian, it is anyu. Think of I knew, because your mothers know everything before you tell them. Next, let's learn papa. In Hungarian, it is apu. It's the same as anyu, but with a P for papa in it. Okay, brother is tricky because it's a different word for older brother and younger brother. Older brother is bati, and younger brother is uch. Can't think of a good way to remember that. So just say it, bati, uch. Bati, uch. In the same way, older sisters, nővér. Can you say that? Nővér, nővér. Now younger sisters, hug, which is spelled like hug, but pronounced differently. Like you like to hug your sister, right? Okay. Please, which is a hard one, is kérem. That's not hard. Think of ice cream, like, please, 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 can I have some ice cream? But thank you is very tough. Check this out. Köszönöm. That's hard even for Hungarians, so they usually abbreviate it to kösz. Just say that, kösz, kösz. When you eat ice cream, you often make a mess, right? Well, the word for that is absolutely ridiculous. It is rendetlenség. Rendetlenség. Two more. Dog is kutya. Can you say kutya? The last one, cat, is cica. Cica. Now let's put some of these words together to make a short conversation. How about, Mama, Papa, please, can I have a puppy? No. So this sounds like, anyu, apu, kérek egy kiskutyát? Nem. Now I'd like to teach you my favorite Hungarian word, which is not on the script, and since there are no kids here, and it is egészségedre, which means to your health. When you say cheers, like before with a toast, instead of cheers or prost, Hungarians have a whole mouthful. Egészségedre. Please say that. Egészségedre. Thank you. Please stand as you're able for song 320, The Pen is Greater. After the hymn, we will hear opening words and reflections from Gabor.
Thank
The genesis of this service was my trip to Transylvania in September of 2024. That was my fourth or maybe my fifth trip to visit Reverend Danish Pathy and his wife Ildiko in the town of Színfalva over the past 30 years. In fact, we did a service on August 6, 2023, commemorating 30 years of partnership. At that time, Reverend Palfy told me that he would be retiring early in 2025 and that he would soon be replaced by a new minister. I thought that would be a good occasion to have another service about Partner Church, and the theme could be meeting the new minister. So last November, when meeting Reverend Sasha for the first time, I volunteered to create a lay-led service for today, June 22nd. Since then, though, Reverend Palfy has postponed his retirement until sometime next year, so the original rationale for the service has disappeared. In the meantime, as a follow-on activity to the service called AI and U and UU, which was held on February 18, 2024, an AI discussion group has been talking about how AI affects us as UUs and people and residents of planet Earth. It's a very big and fast-moving topic. Therefore, when it became clear we couldn't build an entire service around the new minister in Színfalva, I started thinking about some kind of mashup of Partner Church and AI. Now, these are wildly different topics. Is there any way we could incorporate both into a single service? How could we tie that into the theme this month of freedom? So here is a Venn diagram. Alex, thank you. A Venn diagram showing the two topics and the amount of overlap. It looks like none at all. However, zooming in closer, we see a tiny little overlap. So my reflection will focus on these slivers of overlap, namely automatic translation and the freedom to ask dumb questions. I want to demonstrate to you that some of the obstacles to a successful and beneficial relationship with our partner church, minister, and congregants are removed or made less bothersome by AI tools and capabilities. So our partner church is located in Színfalva, Romania, in the region known as Transylvania, which in fact is a real place. The name means the land beyond the forest. Trans equals beyond, Sylvan equals forest. The people there speak Hungarian, since that part of Hungary was given to Romania after World War I. I speak decent Hungarian, but I have a hard time writing. In the past 30 years, I had often asked my mom to translate my letters to them. Sadly, I can't do that anymore. So first, I want to show you automatic translation. To do this, I'm going to steal a technique from improv comedians and ask people to shout out, first, a place. Somebody shout, what? A place.
New York.
New York. Okay. Next, an object.
Glass.
A glass. All right. Third, an action. Dancing. Wow. Fourth, a type of food. Spaghetti. I heard spaghetti first. And fifth, a person. No, not me. Somebody else. Sasha? Is that what I heard? Okay, Sasha. So now Alex is going to do some translation. He's going to switch over to the PC. There we go. And we're going to, the friends will be, Sasha danced a glass with a bowl of spaghetti in New York, something like that. Sasha danced with a glass and a bowl of spaghetti. I don't know. There, that's good. So now the translation is, Sasha editál spaghetti, whoops, okay. And a bowl, very good. Sasha egy pohárral és egy tál spaghettivel táncolt New Yorkban. So that's good Hungarian. Now we're going to copy that over from the whole thing, and we're going to go to the next tab, and we're going to translate that from Hungarian into French. Okay. Sasha a dansé avec un verre et un bowl de spaghetti à New York. Okay. Now we're going to copy that from French and translate to Spanish. Now, does anybody want to read that to us? I don't speak Spanish. Is it at least a good translation? Yeah, I'm seeing thumbs up. It's a good translation. Now, for the final test, we're going to take the Spanish and go back into English. Sasha danced with a glass and a bowl of spaghetti in New York. So, are you as amazed as I am that after passing through 4 languages, the result is essentially, word for word, identical with what we started out with? I'm pretty amazed. So this little exercise allows us to use automatic translation with confidence, feeling pretty good that the result will be very close in meaning to what we intended, even if you don't understand it at all. So next, I want to demonstrate that AI gives pretty good answers to questions we might have about Transylvanian Unitarians that we might be embarrassed to ask or to get wrong. Now, the AI is just a machine. You can ask any silly or dumb or even offensive question without embarrassment. Now, a relatively recent development is now you don't even need an account with ChatGPT or Perplexity or whatever. You just put your question into Google search, and the first thing you get back is an AI overview, first a single paragraph, and then a slightly more detailed explanation. So here, let me show you a few examples. Of course, AIs are prone to hallucinations. They can get things wrong in some cases, but I could tell you that these answers, because it's something I know a little bit about, is correct and helpful. So we get the first one. Here we go. Why are Unitarians interested in Transylvania? Unitarians are interested in Transylvania because it is the birthplace of Unitarianism and home to the oldest continuously operating Unitarian church in the world, and that's true. Next. Do Transylvanians believe in God? Yes. Whoops, keep going, Alex. Next one. There we go. Yes, Unitarians in Transylvania believe in God, but not in a Trinitarian sense. They believe in God, one God, rejecting the doctrine of Trinity. This belief is reflected in their motto in Hungarian, Erdö Isten, meaning God is one. Next, do Unitarians in Transylvania believe in Jesus? Yes, Transylvanian Unitarians believe in Jesus, but they do not consider him to be God or part of the Trinity. They view Jesus as a model human being, a teacher, an exemplar of faith. Next, and this is something that comes up, why do men and women sit separately in Unitarian churches in Transylvania? If you go there and see this, you might wonder, and you might be embarrassed to ask. Well, you ask the AI, and they say, in Unitarian churches in Transylvania, the practice of men and women sitting separately, rooted in combination of cultural and religious traditions, specifically preservation of modesty and avoidance of distraction during worship. And now, next one. Are Unitarians in Transylvania prejudiced against gypsies? Well, this is something you run into, and it can be kind of an offensive question. While it's difficult to definitively say whether all Unitarians in Transylvania hold prejudices against Roma, there is evidence to suggest that anti-Roma sentiment may be present within some segments of Romanian society, which includes the Hungarian minority to which many Transylvanian Unitarians belong. So the answer is kind of yes. Okay. The point of the second little exercise is to show you that accessing very helpful information that allows us to manage cultural differences is very easy and generally reliable. Indeed, it is now the default result of Google search. It is now possible and in fact easy for anyone who has an interest in entering directly into a friendly relationship with our counterparts in Transylvania to do so. I hope that some of you will want to do that. Come talk to me and we'll make it happen. Later in the service, Tom Moran will give a talk about AI, reflecting on how his feelings, attitudes, and positions have evolved since the AI and UU service in 2024. And the last reflection today will be Lilli Keating speaking about her upcoming trip to Transylvania, which is what is motivating it, besides visiting the partner church folks, and how she used AI tools to facilitate the trip. At this time, please rise. Oh, we already sang 320. What? Oh, Milestones and Passages next. Thank you.
We're at the point in the service of sharing milestones and passages. This morning, Reverend Sasha invites us to hold in our hearts everyone who is fearful, distressed, or grieving after the United States entered Israel's war against Iran yesterday. We especially hold in our hearts all of the innocents in the many countries already involved who do not control or support the actions of their authoritarian leaders, but who always suffer the most during times of war. As our Unitarian Universalist Association condemns U.S. military involvement in the expanding conflict between Israel and Iran, we affirm that dropping bombs is not the path to peace. We join our fellow UUs in uplifting a vision of the world without warfare and commit to work faithfully for democracy, diplomacy, and the nonviolent resolution of international conflict. I'd like us to pause for a moment in silence as we think about our theme for this month, freedom from violence, war, and fear. Now we will hear from Tom Moran.
Opinion about AI varies widely. On one hand, we see unlimited potential in AI, the potential to solve many previously unsolvable problems in the sciences and mathematics and elsewhere. One recent example is the solution of the protein folding problem. The problem was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2024. Between 1962 and 2020, when the work for the 2024 prize was completed, approximately 150,000 protein structures had been discovered. With AlphaFold's AI solution to the protein folding problem in 2020, 200 million protein structures have been identified, essentially encompassing all the protein structures known to exist. In much of this service, we focus on our common humanity and the promise of AI to help us achieve it. Either that, or, as Lilli will do, simply reflect on our common humanity. My reflection will point out some modest cautions as we approach the AI era. The exponential growth of AI can give a feeling of loss of control, a feeling that AI has the potential to jump its bounds and chart its own direction. This is the stuff of science fiction. Recall how in 2001 Space Odyssey and other tales of self-replicating automata. Let's think about the AI that we already encounter in our daily lives and how it might evolve. We want the positive, but we also want to be on guard for areas where caution should advise us. With all information systems, we need to screen for bias constantly. This is not specific to AI. Likewise, privacy is not specifically an AI issue, but the ability of AI systems to manage and review massive amounts of data creates risk. We all know the power of the algorithm to shape what is put before us, and we are, in many respects now, public persons. Another area that's sometimes cited for concern is transparency and accountability. In an odd way, this problem is the crux of the AI dilemma. The results that were achieved using AI in the protein folding problem are understandable, but not attainable by humans. A similar problem occurs with other forms of knowledge, such as physics, where we rely on the community of specialists to apply standards. A next level problem occurs when there are no human specialists available and all we have are the AI results. There must always be accountability. We covenant to hold ourselves and our peers accountable. As AI systems evolve, it becomes important to learn how to apply our highest standards. We get a feel for how hard that can be in the current political environment. The late American philosopher Daniel Dennett suggested that it is a powerful human habit of mind to anthropomorphize elements of our environment and to endow them with intentions as a way of explaining things. Just as we have intentions when we do things, we often attribute intentions to objects in the world and use those intentions as part of our explanation of why things happen as they do. Plants don't get much credit for being smart, but that does not prevent us from attributing intentions to them. We suggest that they want sunlight exposure, and so they grow in the sun's direction. This use of want is an as-if use. We are attributing intentions to the plant. Then it points out that our habit of attributing intentions to inanimate things may be very dangerous in the context of AI. As AI systems mature, it may be tempting to assign intentions to them, whether they are there or not. In the world of fakes, this attribution of intentions may be a real weakness that can be exploited. Then it goes so far as to call for a government agency to label counterfeit intentions and counterfeit intentional actors to safeguard humans from this tendency. This is particularly pressing because AI systems may soon be on the verge of actually developing intentions in the real sense. That is, in the same sense that we have them. In that case, they may no longer represent counterfeits, and we may have to contend with new actors after all. On that light note, I'll end my reflections and indicate that now is the time in our service when we give and receive our weekly offering. The Offertory music today is a video montage of short clips of the Ukrainian refugees' women's chorus of Kolozsvár, taken by Gabor last September. After that, we'll hear Lilli's reflection. Thank you.
Ancestors. Sounds the opposite of AI, doesn't it? Yet it still represents our search for meaning, for where we came from, for some explanation of why we are here, who we are, for connection. And we all have them. AI can help. I'll admit that my view of AI is pretty simplistic. It does brain work, the hard work for me, like finding a relative from centuries ago, or translating a document, or booking the best flight. Suddenly a trip to see a distant family home becomes very possible. Back in the 1970s, my father brought his older sister to America from Romania. We had been in America for almost 20 years, by now living that American dream with our suburban house and yard. I even had 2 new American siblings born here. It must have seemed a perfect time to open our home to my aunt, about whom we had heard stories. Could I have the picture of my aunt up? She was beautiful. She was an accomplished artist. She had multiple marriages. She was a baroness. Now she was alone and destitute in Romania. So out she came to join us. At the time, she was around the same age I am now. This should be a lovely, happy story, but it's life. My aunt, a total stranger to all but my father, whom she hadn't seen in decades, seemed bewildered and broken. She was sweet and undemanding. She painted hollowed-out eggs with Hungarian folk motifs. She also painted bookmarks. I don't think we ever sold any, but they made great gifts, and she felt productive. Very shortly, she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, lost her fine motor coordination, and faded out of our lives. She died at 77, which sounds shockingly young to me right now. I felt slightly guilty for not getting to know her better, for not asking so many questions. But I was in my 20s, living in a different state, and my own life felt messy and complicated at that time. But that twinge of guilt for my lack of curiosity 50 years ago has only grown with time. How could I have been so stupid, so disinterested in this fascinating person who had lived such a full and tragic life? The story about her that was the most dramatic was her escape from the manor. She was the lady of the manor, Baroness Jolan Antolfi Kemény. Her husband, Baron Béla Kemény II. The story we heard well before the internet was that in 1949, the village peasants rose up against the injustice of inequality and with the strong encouragement of the communist occupation, ransacked the manor with my aunt and her family escaping just in time. The story I read more recently on the internet said the communists dragged them away. She married 3 more times after the Baron died. She lived. The Kemény Manor House is now a historical heritage site, open to visitors, in Camarasu, Romania, according to the internet. Now, doesn't that sound like an invitation? It's never too late. Lolo Nani is gone, but I have 3 grandchildren who love stories, and I plan to give them plenty. My sister and I will visit Romania for the first time this September. We'll go see this historical site that was once our aunt's home. Could I have the picture of the ruins? Yes. We will visit some of those small towns that our ancestors are from, like Teragova and Torda. How did we find these towns? Through the internet, Ancestry.com, and diligent searching. Thanks, AI. We will visit our partner church in Synthava and share our names that we search for in Transylvania. Who knows, we might even find a relative. Throughout all this, AI will be helping us, guiding us with maps and schedules, connecting us with places, peoples, and fact, our past and our future. Thank you.
Please rise as you're able and join us in singing a round that will be co-led by Marjorie and Alisdair. We'll hear the song, sing it together once, and then sing it a couple times as a round. the time in our service called Minutes for Ministries. There are two gentlemen who would like to speak with you a bit this morning. First, I'll call up Tom Moran.
I'm excited to report that our biochemistry literacy for youth, it's a supplemental RE program for jointly sponsored by our fellowship and UU Faith Action New Jersey. We're taking enrollments now. There's a QR code on this, which I'll post in room 100 across the hall, and I have some copies if anyone wants to take one with them today. We'd like to enroll anywhere between 6 and 15 young people between the ages of 11 and 17, say. I think that's the appropriate age for the course. Any details about it you'd like to have, you can reach out to me in any way that you can, and hope we get some enrollments for this. Thank you.
And now Paul Snellgrove would like to speak to us.
So I'm so slow, it took me 30 seconds to get up here, so I only have 30 seconds left, I guess. I'm working with an organization called RAMP, Refugee Assistance Morris Partners. I blame Joan Belts for getting me involved in this. But I'm one of 20 people who are working to help a young mother and her daughter get settled in the United States. They've been here a little over 6 months now. They're doing really well. We're offering them help in terms of financial help, medical help, education, especially tutoring, and employment. And then employment is the reason I'm particularly here today, because our young woman, Jamie is her first name, works at Uncle Giuseppe's in Morris Plains. Great food, by the way. And she needs rides from her home in Dover to Uncle Giuseppe's during weekdays, weekends, and vice versa from Uncle Giuseppe's back to Dover. So we're looking for people who can drive one way or the other on any of those days. More details to follow, but if you're at all interested, have the time. And summer's a little bit of a crunch because a lot of our regular drivers have some vacation coming up and they're not available. So if you're interested, I'm going to be out in the great hallway, and if I'll be there to take name, email, phone number if you think you can help at all. Thanks very much.
Now Gabor will share closing words.
Can I have one bit for ministry? I'm sorry. Speaking on behalf of Steve Parker, I'm sorry that wasn't communicated. So I'm Steve Parker. Friends, the landscaping for the new addition looks fabulous right now, but these plants are not fully established. We have a heat wave coming this week, as we all have experienced, and if these plants don't get some watering, they will probably die. That's not only a loss of beauty, but the loss of some of these dollars that we have all so generously given to support the landscaping project. So this week we need some volunteers to water, and I'm going to just detail the 4 areas that Steve has mentioned. And before I do that, apparently there is a water spigot outside of the new kitchen. That would be on the west side of the building, and also off the terrace in the back. If we can maybe explore that if it's not thundering outside. Lightning, more importantly. So the 4 areas are in front of the Gateway Center, and out in front of the new RE classrooms, the kitchen parking lot side of the new building, the courtyard side, which has some plantings near the building, and finally there's a small plants along the side of the wooden fence that runs along the edge of the new parking lot, which I guess would be out on the road front there. You can contact me after service if you can give about an hour of your time to water this week. I can assign you to one of these areas. And Steve says that going forward, he, Linda DeLapp, and Joan Bells are all committed to help keeping these areas in the Memorial Garden looking well tended over the summer. Please consider joining us in that effort as well. And it's a great way to give back to our beautiful spiritual home. So Steve Parker says thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm Marjorie Wormser, and I'm going to wear two hats. First, the welcoming hat. If you are visiting us today and either for the first time or again in not a while, we would definitely like to welcome you at the welcome table and invite you to fill out a visitor card so that we can be in touch and help you get plugged in. There is a welcome ambassador here who can answer any questions you may have. Donna Becker will be wearing a gold sash. And if you have things heavy on your heart and would like to speak with somebody, we have pastoral care associates here. They typically wear a blue sash and are generally available, I think, in the library. Yes.
Yes, Paul. I think
Paul Snellgrove, who you saw a moment ago, will probably be wearing a blue sash for that purpose. And of course, we hope you will join us for social hour in the Chew Hall. Now, with my fun hat on, just a quick reminder that our monthly Meals with UU Friends group sign-ups are still underway, and while we're tweaking the website to make it easier to fill out that information, in the meantime, if you send an email to fun, F-U-N, at MUUF.org, we welcome participation in various times of the day, various days of the week, either meeting at a restaurant or takeout or potluck at someone's home. It's a wonderful way to get to know one another better. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm Eric Macias.
I'm Charlotte Walwork.
Together we have started a middle school book club.
This month was kind of weird.
We had 6 weeks, but now it's 4 between meetings.
We're going to be reading 2 books.
We will be reading Girl Mode and Boy to Girl.
We are reading these and comparing and contrasting these.
Next meeting is July 24th.
We hope to see you there. Take it.
Hello, one more plug. The fellowship will be having a booth at Morris Pride at CCM in Randolph next week on Saturday. And in the newsletter, if you have a couple hours to spare to man the booth, person the booth, please sign up. And it's a really fun event, and it's rain or shine, but it's underneath. They have it in a covered area, which is really nice, and it's really fun. So if anybody can come out, either to visit at the booth or to help out, that would be great. Thanks.
I hope you've enjoyed listening and participating in today's service as much as we enjoyed creating it. I hope that you will take home the message that AI tools, powerful and potentially dangerous as they are, can also help you do things that you couldn't do without them. One example of an activity that you could likely not do without their help is to enter into direct communication and relationship with our faraway co-religionists in Transylvania, Romania. These easily accessible AI tools will help you with a language barrier and also with knowledge and cultural barriers. If either or both of these topics will interest you, I urge you to contact us or to check out the activities of the Partner Church Committee or the AI and UU discussion group. Please have a look at the Partner Church Corner next door in the library, where you will, Alex? There we go. Where you will find 30 years worth of artifacts from this relationship. Here's a photo of how that looks. And there's a lot of online content on the MUUF.org website. Here's the first page of what you will see. Now, it's a little tricky to find it, but I'll, in a minute, at the bottom of the Partner Church Corner, okay, go next, please. There, you can see, there's that long URL, which you can't remember, but there's a QR code next to it, and that'll take you there, and you can see the content, which I just showed you. Also, there's an interest sheet. You can see it circled. There's an interest sheet where you can leave your name and contact information. And there isn't a web page for the AI and UU discussion group, but hopefully there will be soon. And in the meantime, discussion is continuing. Please have a look at the February 18th, 2024 service on YouTube. Alex? There we go. Thank you. That's the opening slide. The wise use of these newly available tools and capabilities can increase understanding and cooperation across previously insurmountable barriers. May it be so. Our exit music today is a mashup of One Love by U2 and a Hungarian folk song, Erdö, Erdö, performed by the Kolozsvár Unitarian High School Chorus.
Someone to blame, you say, oh love, it's what we need in the night. Oh love, we get to share it, leaves you baby if you don't care for you. Did I disappoint you, or leave a bad taste? For forgiveness, have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your hand? Did I ask too much more than a lot? You gave me nothing, now
on the left side as you go out, and there are paper bags there, and instead